Oscar nominations
We're talking
still
about diversity.
aren't representative.
You do it in the casting of the film, not in the casting of the show.
Behind the scenes, the situation dire. Just 8% of the highest grossing movies employ 10 or more women in key behind the scenes roles, compared to 70% for men, and just under
Every year, Hollywood and the Academy says that they're pushing more and more women behind the camera. But is that really the case here?
These efforts, in my opinion, are the result of a pretty lousy history of diversity in Hollywood. The Annenberg Inclusion Initiative, for example, found in 2023 that almost all of the diversity numbers across the previous 16 years either didn't change at all or went backward despite these efforts.
A last gasp effort to force the change that's not happening. Just having those quotas are not going to address those issues.
I not only talked to women who study this field and are experts, I also wanted to hear it from some of these women themselves, some of these women who work in the film industry and share these experiences.
I don't know what other better solution there is, but at the same time, I don't think the way to solve the problem is to necessarily force people to change.
That's a good step forward, but in a way it does feel a little performative, like, oh, we're just doing this just so people will stop bothering us about it.
One of the women that I talked to in the film industry seemed to have a little bit of something different to say.
You'd always hope that people are doing things for the right reason. And it's funny, I have so many male ADs that are like, my whole staff is women. Why? Because those are all the best people I know, the best workers I know.
Hey, now that the Academy has all these diversity quotas, everything must magically be fixed, right? Wrong.
Women make up more than 50% of the US population, so the disparity is not proportional. By the way, that 24% number was down 1% from the previous year. So things are not getting better, they're getting worse, right? And we know that this is not a problem of women's talent or desire to be involved in the industry. Women make up only about 24% of industry leaders outside of studio heads, so directors, producers, editors, cinematographers.
The gender gap on set is so deeply ingrained that it is really hard to push back, and oftentimes pushing back can hurt you in significant ways professionally.
I'm sure there are some men on sets that just don't think about the gender gap, first of all, but then also, if there's only a few women on set, they just kind of think that's the way it's always been. I think it's gonna take women to be the catalyst for a change. We're gonna be the ones that have to change it.
Now that women are being able to be in heads of department positions, that everyone just assumes that the problem is fixed, and I don't think that's necessarily true. There are people that I really love and respect, and I think they are so talented that I've worked with before, and I would still work with them again, but I recognize that they have sometimes in the past not treated their female counterparts on set as well as they would treat their male counterparts.
While we do know that these Academy quotas are not working to get more women on set, I wanted to end things on a different note, a more positive note, because there are women working in the industry and progress is going to be made.
The more films and television shows that we can get out there are the more opportunities for people to work on these sets, more opportunities for people to gain experience, more opportunities for women to rise the ranks, make connections.
Producers, hiring managers, people that are in positions of power need to make it a point to not only hire more women, but also just interview more women.
Statistically, there has been definitely progress.
I do think it's actually possible for progress to be made, right? Even if it's longer term than we'd like, and it isn't easy.
There has been a lot of great strides towards gender equality on set in the last decade. And while there is a lot of work to be done beyond the Academy's performative activism, I felt inspired listening to these women's stories and the magical moments they've had on set. I know so many strong and powerful women like myself, and it makes me so proud to say that I know these women in film, and I know how capable they are.